Even though FHIR is healthcare's future, they're still years away for most. BDR is now delivering an innovative HL7 that has encryption, mandated patient downloads, migration to big data, interoperability, and analytics with end-to-end encryption. It's really now BDR has become the HL7 JSONized nucleus to meet regulatory requirements that have been overlooked in FHIR's unanticipated complex rollout. We also strongly recommend against tokenization and masking versus encryption, such as AES256, for you might have failures within FHIR's linkage and blog architecture that utilizes those to have joinability of the data. Here we are now starting the demo. We're going to show in HDFS that we have raw HL7 information that would come straight from a hospital or any healthcare facility. We're now going to go run a job to convert the raw HL7 into a JSONized HL7 so it's then usable for reporting for migration to big data. We're going to migrate it to Snowflake first. We're going to go into an existing Snowflake data warehouse. We're going to give it a table name, and then we're going to take the raw JSON, I should say the raw HL7, and we are going to JSONize it and store it encrypted inside of Snowflake. We can do most every big data that's out there, or even back to other RDBMSs. So here now we refresh Snowflake and we can see we have the new table, and in that table the raw HL7 is now in a JSON format, fully secured and encrypted. We're going to go through this same exercise and read HDFS. We could read server directories. We can read it from S3 and other sources. We're going to read the HDFS and this time write it back to HDFS, which you can put into encrypted zones for additional security, though we are going to be writing it encrypted ourselves. So now we're going to create a new folder within HDFS called JSON. We're going to run the process, and we're going to take the raw HL7, JSONize it, encrypt it. It'll all be converted and ready for use for patient downloads or for data scientists or other analysts to work with the data for analytics purposes and for very quick retrieval and interoperability with other doctors and facilities. And we see that the new JSON is encrypted sitting here in HDFS. Now what we want to show is how to generate reports for patients to meet the July 1st ONC mandate. So now we're going to go take one of the converted JSON files, and we're going to take the message types, and then we combine these segments and columns. We're going to allow the patient, the user, the analyst, the data scientist to select the information they want. If there are a lot of them, they'll be able to do selection criteria with probabilistic matching, find the segments and columns or the message types that they want to report on. They're going to run the report, and they're going to get a generated report back to the BDR graphical interface. Here we can write the data back to other databases and data lakes, or we can download it to the specific device that they're on or that they choose. We're also showing that even in the report, we can do search criteria. So now we're going to download the report information, and we use multi-factor verification and authentication. In this case, we're using Google two-factor open source. So we're going to go to, it changes every 30 seconds. So we waited for a new key. We put that authentication key in within the 30 seconds. We then generate an encryption master key, which will be different for every download for security purposes. If they get one key, it won't work again for the next download. In here we can see we've downloaded end-to-end encryption and to a CSV file. We want to show here that we have bubble help because there are so many different EMR types and all different types of healthcare formats and naming, so we want you to be able to put your own names in so you understand the data much better. Now we're going to go in and we're going to show I'm on an iPhone. I connect to the IP address, which would be secured to the Big Data Revealed application. I'm viewing the report here from an iPhone. I don't need an additional iPhone app. I do need two-factor authentication. Here I'm waiting for a new key. I'll enter that key. I'll then accept the master AES256 encryption key, and the file will be downloaded to the iPhone using HTTPS, SSL, SSH, and other security. And then there's the generated report. I can look at it different ways. I can view it, I can share it, download it, and securely allowing us to meet the regulatory requirements. So I hope this video shows that we've taken care of the needs that are necessary to meet compliancy and regulatory compliancy for HHS, HIPAA, ONC, CCPA, GDPR, to protect PHI and PII. And in our next video, like always, we'll show more innovations and abilities. Thank you.